Hello, everybody. Chris Wood here, Sunday, September 24th, 2023. I just jumped on for a few minutes to say hello and also to say congratulations after 4 years of skull splitting, brain splitting, lung and kidney damage, body mutilations, tortures, medical blacklisting, file falsifications, false arrest, kidnapping, blood and piss stealing, sex assault, having my mother stalked and murdered, having my dogs killed, attempted murder on me, full physical identity theft. I have no feeling in my head or my face. Congratulations, time bought, damage is done. I'm the end of the male bloodline. I'm the end of my male Wood bloodline as well. Lies, time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals, false arrest. Spencer Mills 14716, you're guilty of attempted murder. Ex-chief or commander drove a white Jeep Wrangler, August 2019, had me shot with something. I've had full skull deforming, I've had a lot of damage done to me, and I have not been able to get any help. I've been labeled suicidal self-harmer, I've been labeled a drug addict, I've been labeled a lot of things that are not true by a lot of very seriously dangerous people. I am even medically blacklisted. The CEO and others at hospitals are involved with these crimes with OPP covering them up. And I have proven it and can prove it. I'm not going to say which one because I'm under threats that if I talk about what has taken place with me and by whom, I get arrested and go to jail for their crimes against me. I've been charged for their crimes against me for wanton arresting and charging on Bill Wooldridge, 149 Center Street North. He is a pedophile child stalker for the ex-chief or commander before he left. He's guilty of stalking my mother, calling her mom, thinks that he and I were switched at birth, believes that he is my dad and Harry Potter. He's highly fucking delusional, highly psychotic. He frequents a loaf and ale. He frequents coffee cravings. He lives at 149 Center Street North. He did have a beard and mustache. He did live at 34 Water Street, now 149 Center Street North. He's also allegedly Hells Angels Ontario chapter captain. I have absolutely no feeling in my head whatsoever, so time bought, damage is done, knowing there is nothing that I can do about this, no matter what I've shown and proven, because it's OPP revenge and how they're doing it and getting away with it. Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police and OPP in general are guilty of human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, injuring, torture crimes, sex assaults. I hate to say it, but even testicles and anal tortures to blood, while having doctors laugh in my face over it and then try to have me committed for it, for having it happen, because it was done to and from, and me trying to get help. Bear with me. This is the one named Bill Wooldridge. that lives at 149 Center Street North. He's a wanted Harvard inmate. His possible real name is Stephen Mavis, or Mabin, I believe. He is also frequents Picton as well and Toronto to get his heroin. He is a child stalker. He is the one that used to go after and for your children at Tim Hortons for the XOPP chief, the one that had me shot. This is just a picture of me, a serious deforming I've been through, while not being able to do anything about it and being called a fucking liar because of the lies against me. Remember this is how OPP are committing their crimes while medically blacklisting their victims and getting the hospitals to charge their victims for them to keep them from medical help under threats. Using badges, positions, lies, credentials, false guise a law to be above suspicion, poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. Take this very serious and beware, because nothing I can do about this. My legal rights, medical rights, and human rights have been taken from me. And I guarantee you I am not the only one they've done this to, and I guarantee my mother's not the only mother they have murdered for revenge and gotten away with it as well, along with drug overdoses because they sell lace fentanyl and lace drugs. So the ones that are overdosing from this shit in Napanee is compliments of Robert Kane, compliments of Blair Hardy, and Jason Van Alstyne. Ray LeBlanc, he is a dog torturer and he's guilty of animal murders and attempted murder on me, the piece of shit. He's also a fucking child groomer and a stalker. Tyler Teabag Lake to show what kind of thug he thinks he is. He's approximately 25 years old and he's guilty of aiding in this with OPP. He's Robert Kane's little money-paid, drug-fed piece of shit. Another picture of one known as Bill Wooldridge from 149 Center Street North. This is how they are committing murders here and getting away with it. Jason Gimpy, Two-Step Van Alstyne. My life has been a damn game for these fucking bastards and cops for the last 4 years. Because of the R&M on me, they have invasive surveillance, so they see everything I see and hear everything I hear, and they're watching me doing this right now. And the back of my head is getting nothing but burning. It's going flatter, and on the right side it's more puffed up, if you can notice, and the split's starting to show in the center of my head from where my skull's been completely split and not being able to do anything about it. I went to the hospital. Oh, my hat fits, you're fine. Or being taken as just a headache while I'm going through all of this shit. Luckily, people had to wear masks during the COVID shit to prove that I was going through this while being called a fucking liar and nobody wanting to see any proof because of lies against me. How OPP are so damn successful with their fucking crimes here in Napanee. Luckily, it's legal to do this to your victims with these pieces of shit. Jason Gimpy, Two-Step Van Alstyne, the biggest fucking crackhead going in Napanee and Kingston. Yes, he also sells lace drugs to the hub in Kingston, Ontario, to homeless people for death. They're guilty of forced suicides, homicides. The police, they're injuring, they're torturing their victims, they're splitting skulls, they're splitting brains. They're mutilating bodies, they're kidnapping, they're false arresting, they're blood and piss stealing. Jason Van Alstyne and Blair Hardy. He used to drive a Mercedes here in Napanee, and he also used to go to the Morning Star Mission. Bill Wooldridge again because he is Ontario chapter Hells Angels captain, the one that lives at 149 Center Street North. I have been trying to get a rest while being surrounded, hands on guns, having Shannon Cork laugh in my face, having medical treatment refusals, discriminations while being called a liar, lies on me about being suicidal, self-harmer. I am life, and I've been trying to save my life and bloodline while being fucking stopped every step of the way. Bert Hustler, or goes by the name Bert Hustler. All of these are OPP drug-fed pieces of shit who are doing this. There's also a Robert Barry who lives on Bridge Street, or was. He's bald, gold crowbar mustache and glasses. He's an ex-jail guard from Ottawa as well. Tyler Lake. He's guilty of killing my dog Rut with Ray LeBlanc, torturing him and giving him cancer through using R&M on him. Back in March 2023, he died, and they tortured the fuck out of him. They completely deformed him, and I have shown it and proven it. Using a fucking pug dog on a lab and a pit bull. Ray LeBeau's two little pit bulls. It's Puppy and the big deaf white one, if he still has them. You're murdering animal, torturing, murdering fucking goof pieces of shit junkies, and that's all you are. That are getting away with homicide for fucking corrupt cops for drugs, money, and freedom, and drop charges for it. I've been through about 400 different identity changes, and I've shown it and proven it while being called a liar. Just Chris with a headache, or we're not going to do nothing, or you're crazy, you're hallucinating, you're delusional, not wanting to see any proof, of course. So, me even doing OIPRDs for the police to get charges done on them and not getting anywhere, me going to the cops, being surrounded, hands on guns once again. So, if you are poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, beware, because they're also guilty of financial thefts and frauds, extortions, possible money laundering, welfare and disability thefts, pension frauds as well, forgeries, full identity thefts, framing, trafficking, and murders. All under unsuspecting eyes and noses. And I don't care how crazy this sounds, I've had no association with any of these pieces of shit that I've named, including the cops, prior to this happening and me being shot in August of 2019. They are all obsessed homosexuals, they are all fucking drug addicts, and they are all guilty of murders and attempted murders with and for OPP, the ones named. Once again, this is Tyler Teabag Tube Steak Lake. He frequents 34 Water Street, Ray LeBeau's, his mummy's on John Street. They're hiding out, but they don't have to because they cannot be arrested or touched for any crime here in Napanee. When you can implicate Dale Hartwick between Napanee and Kingston, now aiding the cops for drop charges for a stabbing he committed on his wife's boyfriend. And there is also one Tony Hearns, he goes by the name Axl Rose, here in Napanee, that lives on Bridge and East Street in a red brick building. This is a picture of me, just one of the serious fucking deformings I've been through and changes that I've been showing and proving. Remember this, Napanee. Remember this, Ontario. And also families are murdered and missing. It is the police. It is hate crimes because they think of you as nothing more than a puppet. They think of you as nothing more than a life that they can steal, buy, sell, and trade, and I have proven it. One way or another, I'm going to sue OPP. I'm going to sue the hospitals and doctors that are involved with this. You may think that you are above the law and that you are the law, but one way or another, you are going to answer for this, including the doctors, including your boyfriends, including the junkie fucks that you use. Like I said, on the end of my bloodline, I'm going through this, and anytime OPP wants to pay to have my dad exhumed, I'm more than happy to let you do that, you pieces of shit, because of the crimes that's been done to me. You are murdering fucking terrorist. Nothing more. You're drug trafficking, drug lacing, kidnapping, child fucking pedophiles who sell children to pedophiles, who use R&M, giving junkies and pedophiles R&M because it enables invasive surveillance. And once again, I do not care how crazy this sounds. I have no imaginary friends. I'm certainly not fucking schizophrenic. I have no hallucinations. I don't hear voices. I don't think I'm somebody I'm not. Right now, I'm being broadcasted throughout and having R&M used on me by one Dale fucking Hartwick. Right here on my right side of my head, because my brain's been split. Him and Tony fucking Hearns. Mr. Axl Rose of Napanee. And as far as me going to OPP to back when this first started to try to get arresting done and being surrounded hands on guns, I have video to prove my words. If anybody wants to think I'm lying or it's not real, I have video to show and prove my words, along with the other deforming and identity changes that I've shown and proven too. Luckily, I cannot go to a hospital or a doctor. It is a criminal offense for me, and if anything more happens to me, because I do not have the $22,000 to pay OPP to get arrest on the pieces of shit, anything more happens to me, the cops named Spencer Mills, ex-chief commander, staff sergeant, years 2019-2021, Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy, a mental health worker, and Shelley Hafner, have to answer and pay for murders and attempted murders, kidnapping, and other crimes that they are guilty of. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police have caused more forced suicides and murders than any cops in Canada. And I'm not saying this with any kind of hate. None whatsoever. They just don't have to fucking prove nothing because of who they are. I hope everybody remembers a certain colonel, ex-person in the military that's a serial killer. Well, guess what? These cops are still friends with him, believe it or not.